And now, your Storm Team 18 forecast. Weather from where you live.
Well, there are a few of those storms just north of the viewing area right now. One little shower not that far from DeMont right as we speak, and you can see the high cirrus clouds that are blowing off the tops, bringing that kind of thin overcast to parts of the viewing area, dimming the sun just a little bit. A couple or a few of these little storms may sneak in to some of our northern areas. Again, north of 26 this evening and part of the overnight, and then eventually they'll weaken a hair and then move back northward with time. So getting into the overnight hours, and a couple storms, few storms mainly in the north. Will drop down to 68. Again, early overnight, they move back northward. Light southwest wind expected with lows mid 60s to near 70 degrees. So a pretty warm night ahead, though not far off from the average. The normal low is about 64, 66 at Remington or Rensselaer, 67 at Flora and Delphi. Tomorrow, 82 to 89, a pretty muggy day. Now, there could be a few spotty storms through morning, right up to about 11 or 11:30. But the storms will become more widespread during the afternoon. It's going to be a breezy day, gusts 25 to 31, a high of 87 in Greater Lafayette. And there you see the highs, low 80s north, but more like mid and some upper 80s as you go southward. And the heat indices mid 80s to as high as the mid 90s. And with that, the afternoon to evening risk of some severe weather. It's a slight risk on the scale. It's a 2 out of 5, a few scattered severe gusts, and maybe a little isolated hail mixed up in that, pretty much viewing area wide. Then on Thursday afternoon, evening, we go back to the marginal risk. It's a 1 out of 5 on the scale in that dark green color with maybe an isolated wind or hail producer. So let's look at this evening. This is getting through the evening and into part of the overnight. Again, a couple storms here in the north. And then again, maybe a couple of storms sneaking in here tomorrow morning right through midday, but the more widespread storm action comes in during the afternoon and evening. Keep in mind, again, it's marginal risk in the north this evening and part of the overnight. Slight risk tomorrow from this. As this comes in, you see a little line here with the wind threat. That's 5, and then that pushes out of here, and then we may get a few more storms perhaps Thursday morning, but it looks like the better potential of any sort of isolated severe weather would tend to occur later Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening, and pretty much every day some scattered storms around right into next week, adding the rainfall. So again, 2 inches or more over the next 10 days are expected. Normal high mid 80s now, and we're kind of hanging out near there right through Friday. 87, 86, 87, 85 Saturday, low 80s next Tuesday, and still in the 80s, but starting to dry out late next week.